It's just like if you were trying to date some girl who's very shy and retiring, very beautiful and qualified, and she knows it. And so you have to court her. You can't just, show up on her doorstep and expect to start an intimate relationship just like that. This is not the kind of a girl. This is a classy girl, who isn't going to just get picked up like that. So Krishna is the same way. Krishna is class. He's very high quality, and he knows that. So you're not just going to show up at the temple one day and say, "Okay, Krishna, you and me are an item." No, that's not going to happen. It takes years and years and you have to go through many tests to establish your purity and your sincerity. And gradually over time, Krishna will reveal himself to you. And this is the most amazing thing that I've ever experienced. That you'll be in the temple one day and, rocking out with a big kirtan. Kirtan is when we chant the holy name. And all of a sudden, Krishna will appear in your mind. You can't explain it. You can't predict it. You can't make it happen. Krishna reveals himself to you. You can't force him to reveal. He has to want to. And when he reveals himself, then all of a sudden you know him. You know him just like you know any other person. And except you're not looking outside through the material bodily senses. You're looking inside through the spiritual bodily senses for Krishna. And Krishna can reveal himself to anyone. He doesn't have to, you don't need to have a degree in Sanskrit before Krishna will reveal himself. He reveals himself to those who love him. So that is the qualification, not anything else. And he chooses you. You don't choose him. In other words, the way in which Krishna will reveal himself, the form in which he'll reveal himself, the particular pastimes and moods in which he reveals himself. This is not something that you can choose in the sense of, pick one from column A, one from column B. No, it doesn't work that way. It's that you make yourself available to Krishna by surrendering, and then Krishna reveals himself to you in the way that he wants to be loved. And then we serve him like that. And that's real spiritual love. So, of course, Krishna, being perfect in every way, is also the perfect lover. So he's not going to force us to love him in a way that's unnatural for us. Actually, he reveals himself in such a way that it also reveals our eternal identity. The problem with us is that if we try to choose, if we try to pick how we're going to relate to Krishna, we may choose wrongly. In fact, we are almost guaranteed to choose wrongly. Oh, I want to be Krishna's friend, just like Arjuna. Yeah, I want to be Krishna's father or mother, or I want to be Krishna's girlfriend, the gopis. No, that doesn't work that way. The way it works is that we say to Krishna, I surrender unconditionally to you, and you have to reveal not only yourself, but my real self to me, because I've forgotten. I don't know. You have to be open to Krishna. Let Krishna reveal himself to you, and let him also reveal yourself to you. And in that mirror, you can see yourself. Okay, the soul, just like the eye, you can't see your own eyeball without a mirror or something like that. But the soul can see itself or himself through the mirror of relationship with Krishna. So the way in which Krishna approaches you when you surrender to him reveals who you really are. in the eternal spiritual world. And this is a great secret. This is something you can't read in any book. You can only gain from experience. So my experience was that when I went to India, I went to all the most holy sacred places of India, not Benares, not even Rishikesh, but I went to the really esoteric holy places of India like Vrindavan and Badranath, Bhadarikashar, and Mayapur, Navdvip, places where the most recent avatars, Krishna himself, and Lord Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, and Vyasadeva had their pastimes. And I worshipped and served there for many years in the company of some really great self-realized souls. But even that wasn't really what did it. And what really did it was desiring to love Krishna the way that I would want to love my own dearest friend. And so I wanted to put this experience into the song, because if you approach Krishna with this kind of mood, Krishna will arrange everything. In other words, you don't necessarily have to go to India. You don't necessarily have to put on saffron cloth and give up everything. You don't necessarily have to perform severe austerities. I mean, that helps, and it certainly speeds things up. If you just have to realize Krishna, that's the best way to do it. But we should have this feeling of urgency, like, oh, if I don't realize Krishna, if I don't come face to face with God in this lifetime, I don't know what I'm going to do. I won't be able to make it. I'm just going to be useless and just, completely distraught. If I don't serve Krishna, or if I don't see Krishna, if Krishna doesn't reveal himself to me, I don't know how I'm going to maintain my life. You have to come to this mood, because Krishna, like anybody else, is moved by a sincere plea, and he certainly hears every prayer. There's no doubt about that. He wants to see that we really want him, that we want him like we want nobody else. That's the thing. So if we think that, oh yes, I can chant this little mantra, and I can play around with this philosophy, and I can do a little service, and then that'll be good for me. Well, yeah, it will. But don't expect that to lead to Krishna revealing himself to you. Krishna, to reveal himself, requires complete surrender. And he says that in Bhagavad-gītā. It's just that nobody takes him seriously. But he really means that. He wants us to come to him and really give up everything. Sarva dharman parityaja. Give up everything. And mam ekam sharanang vraja. Just surrender unto him alone. That means exactly what it says. And if we do that, then the amazing thing is that Krishna also does that to us. He surrenders his heart to us, just like we surrender to him, in the same proportion. Ye yatam mang prapadyante. In the degree that they surrender to me, I reward them accordingly. So that depends on what you want. If you really want Krishna, then the way to Krishna is to surrender to him completely and love him with all-consuming passion. That's the message of Lord Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, and that is the way to realizing our perfect bodies. My music on CD is available at cdbaby.com and online at itunes.com and other fine music download sites. We hope you've enjoyed this edition of Your Perfect Body. This is David Hughes, your host, reminding you to visit us on the web at esotericteaching.org, where you can purchase the complete Esoteric Teaching Introductory Seminar DVD and many CDs of transcendental music and mantras.